We are in Arkansas and we're on the Buffalo River. Finally, we've been wanting to come here for a long time. We're here. Tomorrow we're actually going to canoe down it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We just got parked up at our campsite and about to walk down to the river and check it out for the first time.
Yeah, we discovered the Buffalo River a few years ago when we were driving to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, and drove through Arkansas. And we're like, oh my God, look how amazing that is. And seeing all the people canoeing and kayaking. So we decided this is going to be our first adventure on this trip. And we are here. This is actually part of the National Park Service. So the campground we are at is a National Park campground. So really cool. Like literally the river is right there. We're fixing to go for a walk. And
got the National Park passport stamped.
Yep, we got the passport stamped. We stopped at the visitor center, got our little things that we collect at every national park, and we're excited to be here. This is gonna be a cool couple of days.
And they got a cool little restaurant right up the road, so we're probably gonna unhook and just go eat there because it's got a beautiful view overlooking the Buffalo River. And we looked at the menu. It's got burgers and hot dogs and fried catfish, all the good stuff you want to eat after a long day of canoeing down the river. Looking forward to it.
Let's go check this place out. We are at the Buffalo Point campground, and right adjacent to the campground is a day use area. So there's a parking lot and a bathroom, and anybody that's, whether you're camping or not, can come down here and just hang out. So it's not, the beach is a rock beach, and these are true river rocks, so they sound different than any other rock. Just when they hit each other, they almost sound like shells. They're really pretty, and there's a lot of flat ones, really good for skipping, but it is absolutely beautiful. We've got like this cliff coming up on the side of us right here. The water's real shallow through this area. It's just so relaxing. So I'm excited. This is our first true summer adventure for 2024. We've had a couple of adventures already, but we're feeling it's 90 degrees. It is summer here in Arkansas, but it's beautiful, and this is going to be a very enjoyable evening just chilling right here next to the river, except for the little stupid gnats that keep biting me. They're real, so if you see me slap myself, that's what those are. But yeah, we're just gonna sit here, chill. We got some snacks in the bag. Of course, we're right next to the campground, so we can cook dinner tonight, or we could go to that restaurant if we feel up to it. Time to relax.
I was actually worried the water temperature was gonna be so cold it would take your breath away, but honestly, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, I would probably guess mid 60 degrees, maybe 70. It feels fantastic. Oh man, this is gonna be nice. And it's super, super clear.
We got here in what I consider the perfect time of day. We got here about 4:30. The sun was starting to get behind these trees behind me, which means we were starting to get some shade. And the longer we stay here, the shadier it gets. Yeah, I'm a shade girl, like my shade. And what that also means is that the sun's not beating down on you and you're not so hot. And that water just feels fantastic. So it is freezing when you get into it, but after a few minutes, it's totally fine. And Jason's decided to start fishing right here on the river.
If you're squeamish, you may want to look away. Live bait, some earthworms, and my little telescopic mini rod and reel. Because we living in a tiny van. You need tiny stuff.
It's perfect for
but it works. Yeah, it's fun to get out here and cast, and you can catch some little small, sunfish and whatnot.
Let me just say, it is 6:30 on a Thursday afternoon, and me and Jason have the river completely to ourselves. There's nobody else down here. Nobody that way, nobody that way, nobody that way. There's people at the campground, obviously, but down here in the river, nobody.
Yeah, we're in the Ozark Mountains, and we got it all to ourselves. You can only do this if you travel. That's for sure. Pretty cool. These are the best moments.
Yes, it is. Oh, nice. Minus the ripples Jason is making on the water right now by skipping stones. The water's like glass, and it's just the sun setting behind those trees over there. It's just got this like amber glow over here. And the reflection of the stones and the trees in the river is absolutely beautiful because this water is crystal clear. Crystal clear. I think they're birds, not bats, but everything echoes in here and nature's like coming to life because it's getting sunset. You hear that like crackling sound? I don't know if those are cicadas or frogs. There's definitely some bullfrogs because we heard those earlier going raw, raw, like that. Just a very quick FYI, do not try and come down here without water shoes because it is nothing but rocks on the beach and nothing but rocks in the water. So your feet are going to hurt if you don't have some water shoes on, and the rocks are a little slippery in the water. So definitely bring your water shoes.
Well, good morning from Arkansas. It is a beautiful morning. We are here at the Buffalo River Float Service. We have a gentleman that's about to shuttle us about 10 minutes down to the river, where we are going to jump in some canoes and float a 9-mile journey down the river. It's going to be amazing. The temperature's perfect. There's not a cloud in the sky. I'm looking forward to this. Ought to make for a perfect day.
Getting ready.
Oh yeah. Whatever you do, when you're doing the Buffalo River, or any kind of river really, it's got lots of rocks in it. You're gonna need water shoes. You do not want to be barefooted because your experience will not be as pleasant, promise me.
Nope.
Rock shoes, they're the best thing that you're gonna need.
Well, we have been dropped off at the river. Our canoe was sitting here waiting for us. We've loaded our stuff in and we are about to push off and start going down the Buffalo River. So it is a 9-mile float. Of the 9 miles, they said you're not going to have to paddle too much. That's why they call it a float instead of a paddle. And they said there's a few low spots, but for the most part, it's been a lot of rain, so the river's high, which is good. That means we're going to enjoy ourselves. There's a nice breeze today. It's like 80 degrees right now. It's going to get a little bit warmer, but anytime you're on the water, it just feels better. Explain that koozie you got there.
Well, it's just, this is crucial gear whenever you're canoeing down the Buffalo River because you need to kind of be hands-free. You got the paddles, you know, you got to paddle down the river, and it's gonna be hard to hold my beer, so got me a nice little koozie hanging around my neck so I can paddle,
Yep.
drink, paddle.
We're probably about a mile into our float right now, and it's a float. You basically have to use the oars to stir the canoe, but the river's got enough current that it's pushing us down on our own. The river's not super busy today. Today's a Friday. Tomorrow on the weekend is going to be way busier. So I'm kind of glad we chose to do this on a Friday, so we've got a little bit more, you know, peace and calm and not so many people on the river. But this is beautiful. We're passing these bluffs right now, so we've got on the left side of us is just these like, it's a bluff. It's a, what do you call that? It's a bluff. Yeah, a cliff. That's the other word I was looking for. Ah, my hat's gonna fly off. Well, it's time for our first break. We're about an hour and a half into the float. Decided we're thirsty, so we're gonna stop, sit in the shade for a little bit, have us something to drink. And Jason wants to switch places because he's been in the front and I've been in the back. So we're gonna change out and see if that makes a difference in the paddling. Having fun so far?
Yes.
This is pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right.
Is that koozie working?
I'm ready, taking a break. Little break on the beach. Yeah, well, I got the big 16 ounces. This is more for the 12. So I'm a little bit top heavy, but that's okay because I'm about to get rid of some of that. But yes, what a awesome day. We brought us our little JBL speaker, and you don't have a signal so you can't like stream, but we got some music in our little bank, jamming out to some tunes. And yeah, I'm paddling up front. I got Lisa in the back. We're gonna flip-flop it, see if it's a little easier, but we doing good, y'all. We doing good. But I know usually the motor's in the back.
Well, we switched places. I'm in the front now. Jason's being the power in the back.
Better, by the way.
It is much better.
The motor gotta be in the back.
Yes. And he's doing all the work, and I'm just sitting here.
I don't know why we started out that way, but we did.
So there's...
Oh, there goes a big fish.
Yeah, we're seeing fish all over. So some areas of the river are really shallow and some are really deep. And there's just random fish here and there.
Oh, here goes some current.
And there's areas that are really flat like this, and we're coming upon the first real current that we've seen, or rapid that we've seen.
On, honey.
Here we go. Oh, Lord. Well, that wasn't a bad rapid. That was actually really nice. It was just very gentle and kind of like brought you down.
Very moderate river.
Oh.
You want to just chill and relax. You got to paddle a little bit, and there are some slow spots, but the current, it'll take you.
Yeah, you
Nice
mainly
and
just have to
slow.
steer. It's lunchtime, y'all.
And the official diet for today is pig skins, hot and spicy sandwiches, and stackers to go on the sandwiches. Yummy, yummy.
Yep, so we've got our little cooler bag in the canoe. I packed a lunch in the van this morning, so we've got ice packs in there to keep our drinks cold and our sandwiches cold. And we thought this is a good time to stop. It's about 12:30.
Are they both the same?
Yeah, they're the same. And it's overcast today, so whenever we first...
Well, it is now.
It is now, yeah. It was very sunny when we first started, but now it's nice and overcast, which I'm okay with because it's brought the temperature down a little bit.
If it's full sun, your legs and arms will get baked if you don't have a proper amount of sunscreen.
Right. I was gonna say there's 3 things you need to thoroughly enjoy a float on the river. That's 1, a hat, 2, sunscreen, and 3, water shoes. If you have those 3 things,
You want pickles?
you'll be good. Nah, I'm good with no pickles.
All right.
Time to
Your
eat.
loss, my game. You know, there's nothing better than a ham sandwich that's been sitting in a cooler for a little while.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing. I can't wait to eat mine.
Oh, yeah.
There are areas of this river that are like glass. The water is so still. There is a current still, but it's just moving so slow that you don't even see the water moving. And like right now, it is absolutely picturesque because it's like a mirror. Everything that's above, you can see below. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that.
You got the 500 Merc Cruiser back here. This is awesome.
It is. We were just talking about that. Like today's going to be hard to beat. Like we are starting off our summer adventure in an absolutely stellar way. This is going to be right on up there.
We're gonna do the Great American River Run. That's what's happening.
How many rivers can we find this summer?
We will see. We went chasing waterfalls last year. This year we're chasing rivers.
Yep. And we'll sprinkle in some waterfalls too. The sun has returned. We had a short reprieve with some clouds, but the sun is back.
Feels good though now.
But I'm glad we got that little break. It gave our skin a break, but it's a lot prettier with the sun out. That's for sure. What are you doing?
Oh, you caught me laying on the job.
I did.
Man, I just straightened my back out for a minute. You can't do that up there, but
I cannot.
you can. There's some pile of life jackets back here that I can lay down on. So it's nice. It's the only bad thing about these canoes. You tend to get sore in your back.
Yup.
And your ass gets sore too. So, FYI. So we have stopped off here. We found this nice little rock pebble beach. We parked up. We're just tired of paddling. There is a lot of areas that you really got to paddle where it's really deep. The current's not as strong, but you will see a lot of fishermen, a lot of big fish out in the really dark green spots that are deep. But look, Lisa's over here. She's just chilling. It's real shallow. We pulled out the life jackets. We're sitting on them, using them as cushions, and laying down and taking a nice little break from all the paddling. We got some stragglers creeping up on us. Beautiful day. This is so much dang fun. What a great way to spend the day. Man, if you ain't canoed the Buffalo River or kayaked it, definitely come do it. It is awesome.
we made super time. So like we did the latest drop in, which was at 10 o'clock a.m. And they said their pickup times are 3, 4, and 5 p.m. And they said, look for rush and you'll know there's an orange pole. And here we are, 2 o'clock, and we're like, there's no way we're done already. And I'm like, that's an orange pole, let me ask. And there's some other guys out here picking up canoes, and sure enough, we're here.
That's that Mercury 600 power on the back end, slinging the juice.
So we're about 40 minutes until our pickup, so we're just going to enjoy the water for a while. So there's multiple companies you can rent canoes through, and there's some already picking up people at 2 o'clock. But I'm falling. The company we use doesn't start till 3 o'clock. So we're gonna enjoy the river all by ourselves. Well, there's some other people here too, but you know what I mean. Did you have fun today?
Sharing our journey. Yes, had a blast. So yeah, the only sucky part is we made too good of time, so now we're here for 40 minutes. So I'm gonna be skipping all the flat rocks I can find. Out of beer, we're out of food.
No, we have snacks.
We have a little bit of snacks, but hey, we're gonna make the best of it. Skip some rocks, maybe go swimming. But that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I did not see. Did you see the flat rock?
I did not see the flat rock.
It must have been a little before when we stopped to sit out in the water. We totally did not see that.
I didn't
that
see
orange
it.
Pole is not as obvious as you think.
No.
I mean, there was no way I thought, because I saw, what was it, Wild Bill's canoes, and I'm like, oh, that's not us, we're Rush. And Lisa was like, well, let's just go ask. And
well,
so
this is the spot is called Rush.
Yeah, so this is it. This is where we're supposed
Our
to be.
day is over. Well, our canoe is
This part
over.
of the day is over.
Skip for me. Yeah. We got all cleaned up from being at the river, showered up, went to the restaurant that's right here in part of the national park. That is the coolest restaurant. It's way up on the bluff overlooking the river, and the food was really good.
And what's really cool is they have, because you're so up high, you're with like the trees, the tops of the trees, and you can see all the like buzzards and the big birds up there right outside the window landing on the trees. It's really, really pretty. But yeah, so we wanted to let y'all know, in case you were wondering, where's Pepper? We have some friends, Steve and Jen Gargis. They're wonderful friends. They live about 4.5 hours north of us in Arkansas. And they are Aussie parents, and they were willing to keep Pepper for us for the length of this trip.
Yeah, so the last video you saw was us in Sequoia National Park going, we don't know what we're going to do. Well, we went home. She was very, very good in the van traveling for a puppy, but still having a puppy on the road was very challenging.
She did remarkably well. No complaints. You know, she was potty trained. She went outside and used the bathroom like she was supposed to. Yes, she had a couple of small little accidents, but that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we weren't, we were driving too long and she had to hold it too long or whatever. I'm telling you, she killed it. She did a great job. But it's a totally different dynamic. Wasn't sure how much of a different dynamic it's going to be, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Love having Pepper with us, but 2 weeks was, I think, enough for her and enough for us too. So I was like, look, let's just go home. Let's let her run in the backyard, stretch out, and give us a break as well. Because I mean, in these parks that we're going to, these state parks especially, a lot of these are really not even the state parks.
Pretty much all of them.
But yeah, pretty much all of them. There's leash laws. They want your dog leashed for obvious reasons. So, and then she's a puppy, so it's a lot of responsibility, and you lose a lot of your freedom to be able to do the things that we're used to doing. So we're figuring that part out.
Well, and she would sleep a lot in the van, but then sometimes she would wake up and she wanted to play.
Yeah.
Whether we were driving or not, she wanted to play. So we kind of figured out a system where I would go sit in the back and face the little hallway going down our van and toss the ball to her. And yes, I know I was out of my seatbelt. Yes, I know that's illegal, but you do what you got to do to make your puppy happy.
But yes, we know that dog was getting on our nerves, and we needed. But here's what we learned: if you just play with her and throw the ball.
Yeah.
And I learned this when I dropped her off in Denver, and she flew to Long Beach to get on the Firenze. I drove across I-70, across the Rocky Mountains, all the way from Denver to Long Beach with just Pepper. And so I figured out, hey, I think I can drive and play catch at the same time, because if you don't play catch with her and get it over with, she will sit there and hound you for like an hour straight. So just pick up the ball, throw it with her, and it's done in like 10 minutes.
Yep.
And she's satisfied. It is dangerous. Don't recommend doing it. Probably shouldn't have done that. I know you're going to leave a comment and let me know that, but I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was taxing, to say the least. And then she's an Aussie. She's a super high energy dog. That breed has just an abundance of energy. Super intelligent dogs, just a wonderful breed. And she travels very well.
She does.
Might have been a bit ambitious for us to take her out so soon. However, when we dropped her off with Jen, we stayed the night over there at their house just to make sure the dogs gelled and everything got settled in properly. And
her and Miss Beebe are having a blast together.
Yeah, and Jen even said, and Steve said, she's matured really fast. And I said, yeah, I've noticed it as well, just from being out on the road. But anyway, we don't have Pepper with us for this next 3 to 4 weeks. And thank you, Jen and Steve, for saving us. It's, you know.
But things like today, we could not have done the ride on the Buffalo River if we would have had Pepper with us, because she can't go. I mean, maybe she could, but I don't know. I wasn't going to try and put a puppy in a canoe. So we would have had to not do some of the things we wanted to do if we would have had her with us.
Yeah, and, you know, we are vloggers. We travel and we vlog it, and we need to be able to do that.
Yep.
And like I said, it was a bit ambitious for us to get a puppy. I wanted a puppy, and I love my Pepper. We're just going to have to figure things out.
Yep.
You know, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it works out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out one way or the other. But we've had a wonderful trip here in Arkansas. We came and floated this Buffalo River, and it was fantastic. What a wonderful day.
Let me show you this. This is a local artist did this piece of artwork, and I was like, that is just perfect. It's a buffalo on the river, on the Buffalo
Reminds me
River.
of one of those childhood books, you know, with those those big monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what it's called, but that's what it reminds me of.
But we saw this at the restaurant that we just ate at and had to have that because we try and find memorable items that we can bring home from our travels. We don't buy a lot. We buy magnets and we buy things like this. So
cover our walls up in our office back at home. But yeah, the owner of the restaurant was like, hey, I'll sell you the one with the frame that's hanging on the wall in the restaurant for $30.
I was like, no.
He almost got us.
I got a frame.
I thought that was kind of cool.
It was cool.
It's like, it would be kind of cool to take it off of the restaurant. We just loved going there.
That was the coolest restaurant.
You know, it's not fancy food by any stretch, but you want a good
cooked
hamburger steak and gravy, or like I got that
hamburger.
I got that yesterday. She got a hamburger. It was good. Just it's like home cooked meal. Today I got the chicken fried steak with white gravy, green beans, baked potato, a little salad. Just what you want after paddling 9 miles in the river. It was awesome. Laid back way to end the day. And they say that you can actually, on a clear night, you can actually go down here on the rock banks of the river and look up and you can see the Milky Way and all the stars because you're out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But last night was a bit cloudy. We did not see them.
And it's looking pretty cloudy right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we say the middle of nowhere, we have no cell service.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very, very nice.
The restaurant had cell service, so we got to check our text and stuff like that, but the campsite does not.
Yeah, we'll go up the hill about a half mile or so, maybe a mile, and all of a sudden the radio will start playing. I was like, oh, there we are, back in civilization. But it's always nice to get off grid.
It is.
Caught off for a little while, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ellie is just being a champ. She's doing well. She's got a fresh oil change. She's feeling good, purring like a kitten, and we're excited about heading out to Tennessee.
Yeah, so next stop is Tennessee. We're planning on being on the road 3 to 4 weeks, and we know we're doing Tennessee next. We're gonna go to Pigeon Forge and Smoky Mountain National Park.
Pigeon Forge just for
a day.
She was like, we're going to go back to Pigeon Forge. I'm like, no, because it's like a tourist explosion there. But we're going to go. We had this one little RV park that we really enjoyed right on the quiet end. Yeah. And we're going to go do some things that we didn't do last time, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
We just love Tennessee. We fell in love with it the last time we were there.
Yep. We're going to see if we can hit a couple waterfalls on our list. We did 4 waterfalls last time we were in Tennessee, so we've got quite a few more mapped out. We're going to see if we can hit a couple more. Then we are going to Asheville, North Carolina, and then we're still working on the rest of the plans.
Yeah, maybe,
that's all we've got booked right now.
Maybe do some more rivers. We can do our little Great American River run this trip, but because that's just so relaxing. We don't want to do too many because we don't want to bore you with all the going down the river, but it's so much fun. You got to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think this is our kind of like Great American Summer trip, and it's going to be about nature and national parks and rivers and streams and waterfalls and all the beautiful things in the United States that we can go find.
And just breathing it in.
Yes.
The nature. Feeling good, That's what it's all about. And this feels good.
It does.
So the weather was great today. Mm-hmm. It's going to be getting hot soon.
Yes.
So I think we're getting a good little start on it. Yeah, we can't wait to go back to the west and head up north, up the coast.
We will make that trip. It just didn't work out right now.
No, it didn't work out, but we are looking forward to that because there's
so much to see over there.
Nothing like it. We were just getting on the PCH and the 101 and driving it, and it was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you didn't see that video on the California coast, go back and watch that because the scenery is just beautiful. We spent a couple nights, or a night in Malibu, a night in Ventura.
And that little RV park right there off of the
amazing.
101. It was Hobbs.
Oh, I don't remember.
Hobson.
Hobson, that's what
Hobson
it was.
RV Park right there. It was a little impromptu. They had one spot available, no hookups. We totally boondocked it, but it was nice and cool there. We just opened the windows up. You could hear the, no
Ocean.
sound machine needed because you had the sound of nature.
Yeah.
That's the coolest part of what we do when we travel in the van. So, yep. Can't wait to bring y'all lots more of that.
Yep.
Can't wait to do lots more of that.
Ready to go?
Ready to go. Onward.
Bye.